Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Inks. Today we have Jake Aschendorf of Epicor with us. And Ted, this is an exciting opportunity.
A great friend of the Fixed Ops Roundtable and the retail community, Jake Aschendorf. Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Ted, Sarah, thanks for having. Always great to see you.
Jake, Sarah and I have learned so much from you and the team at Epicor, not only about things like parts, logistics, but things you've been working on. You were in the AI space. It seems very early, okay, and applying AI to help dealers become more efficient. Maybe share with some of those things that Epicor does for our audience if they don't already know.
Yeah, so when you're talking about AI, it's kind of funny because we built the first automotive catalog. So if you go back 50 years, we became the Google before Google even existed, right? So we took all that work, digitized the catalog, and made it onto CD-ROMs and flash drives, right? And shipped it out. So when you think about AI and the invention of it, we've been playing in that space for 50 plus years, and it's just evolved and evolved. So from an AI perspective, now what we're doing is everything about predictive maintenance, predictive analytics. So since we see all the parts movement throughout the supply chain from the manufacturers down to the installer base, we now can benchmark the metrics of this vehicle may fail, have a part that may fail at this many miles for this particular car. That's just going to help our dealers and our installers know what parts to stock so that when you or I come in to the dealership, they fix our car fast and efficient.
And Jake, he was seeing how fixed operations has evolved in all this time that Epicor has been around. Are you seeing more and more sophistication with how these vehicles need to be repaired, and in turn having more complexity in what you're providing to dealerships?
Yeah, so parts complexity is huge now. I mean, the proliferation of part numbers have increased probably 3 or 4 times over what it was. We've just recently completely rewrote our entire tech stack for our catalog because we were literally running out of rooms. And that's hard to do when you're talking out like 999s and they just keep repeating and you're running out of data space, right? The cars are getting more complex. There's more components that go into each and every single car, which just means the repairs that we used to be as, quote, shade tree mechanics really aren't shade tree mechanics. These are skilled tech professionals that really need that education, and it's not something that just anybody can do anymore.
Well, it's come a long way, and it's amazing to see how parts is now more on the forefront than ever before, and a lot of logistics and a lot of nuances that maybe we weren't so much concerned about. But this is the year of finding efficiencies, and Epicor is right there to help us.
Yes. So again, last mile logistics,
Yeah,
right? So the time that it takes to get the part off of the dealer's shelf, get it to that end dealer that's installing the part is huge these days, right? So speed and efficiency, knowing the right route, knowing which store to go to first on the drop off, optimizing that route. But let's take it a couple steps further. What happens if you really need a hot shot and your driver's out?
Yes.
And you got to get a part to another dealer in 20 minutes, right? So within our last mile logistics, we have the ability to pull all those rideshare type companies together, search for the best rate, one click of the button, the car comes, you know what the cost is going to be, and your parts deliver. We took it a step further because we all want that Amazon experience, right? Everything's got to be quick and easy to do. So what happens if you sell the wrong part or the dealer ordered the wrong part?
Yes.
It's a hassle to get the part back. You may not even get the right part back. You may be getting somebody else's part back and you didn't even sell it to them. And so automating that returns to where it's quick and efficient to where the dealer who has the wrong part that needs to return it, it's a simple process. They take the picture, they verify it, it goes back into the software, the last mile, it gets picked back up and returned in the dealer's inventory, all through AI, all through efficiency and speed.
And you know where we heard about this was not initially from you, but from a lot of our retailers who are using your last mile logistics platform. Okay, can I say that? Yeah, Elite Extra.
Elite Extra.
Okay,
Yep.
and they're using it and they're familiar with it, and they have their own success stories. So it's been validated, certainly on the Fixed Ops Roundtable now many times in the last couple of years, that this works and that it's extremely valuable. And like you said, especially in a pinch. All right, we need something.
You do, because at the end of the day, speed and that connection with your end supplier is that key, right? It's all about relationships. Parts is a part and everybody's going to be within a few dollars. And so how do you differentiate yourself? And it's all through that connection with the end shop and what you do and how you support them, because at the end of the day, they want to get us back on the road as fast as possible. So we got to take care of the end customers.
Final question. Looking out over the balance of the year, what are Any new innovations that you're able to share with us yet, Jake Aschendorf from Epicor?
So one of the ones that we're going to be putting out within the next few months is going to be a totally new e-commerce platform that's going to allow the transactions to go back and forth, real-time parts availability and inventory.
Wow.
It can be private white labeled. Okay. And what it's really designed to do, again, is it's bringing back that human connection back to it. So we want to make sure whoever's trying to sell that part gets it in the hands of the consumers, but we're trying to tie back those end shops too, because we know the effective rate of retaining the shop is pretty tough because it's a dog-eat-dog world. The first time you don't have that part, you can't deliver it in time, you might now be their second and third choice when they're looking to buy a part. So keeping them top of mind, having it branded with your information is really going to be key in helping that out.
Jake, if our audience wants to learn more, what's the best way to get started?
Well, Epicor.com is probably the best spot. Look for the automotive section because Epicor is a huge company. We have multiple verticals from manufacturing to lumber to retail to automotive. So we have a lot of different verticals. So just make sure if you go to Epicor.com, look for the automotive section. There's lots there, but worst case scenario, find me on LinkedIn. I'm all over the place.
Yes, he is.
Ask me to contact with you direct. Send me a message. We'll show you.
Jake Aschendorf, thank you for all you do for the industry.
Ted, Sarah, thank you for everything that you're doing because you're bringing parts back into people's minds. You're bringing service where traditionally it's all about selling the vehicle and making sure you're number one in the district. But we all know parts and service is what maintains a stable, healthy dealership.
And then Jake Aschendorf, everybody from Epicor, here with us today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.